and today's topic is communicating with angels. First time. All right, we'll just give a couple more minutes until everyone joins. In meantime, I just wanted to ask, is angels part new to you guys? Or have you felt angels before? Or did you feel rescued by them? Do you see the signs of angels? Second visit. Hi, Kim. Matilda, Toronto. Cool. Yeah, just type in yes or no. If you have felt angels before, do you believe in them? Do you talk to them? Yeah. See the signs. From France. Yeah, angels, they are amazing. So this is nothing to do with the religion part at all, because I belong to a different religion, and angels was just part for me in my first part of my life was all about like thinking they're ornamental beings or these big figures in the churches. That's it, like, and I used to collect them. Remember when I moved to Ireland from India, I used to be so fascinated and buy these little ornamental figures and keep around my home. Little did I know, like, actually the divine purpose of them is totally different. They're the messengers of the God, universe, whatever the name we want to call in the source. It just made my life so easy. I'm from India, lived in Ireland and here in Seattle right now, Devu. So for me, the communication with angels has begun around 2009. Until then, I was very unaware of this spiritual realm, or the angelic realm at all. Like, I knew they're there, but I didn't know that we can communicate and ask for help or work with them, like, and once I started knowing more, it's just like my life has been so easier to live by. Doesn't say that I won't have any down moments. I would have them, but like they won't be too long there. I'll be shifting up and jumping high sooner rather than being there for months or weeks before, like, and this is where I wanted to spread more about like how we can communicate with angels and how we can make our lives much easier, through the meditation, through the signs that we see. But first thing is we need to build a relation with them, just like we built a relation with our best friends, right? And it does take a little bit of time to understand the frequency, understand the energies, and how we can work with them, and that's the most important thing. Yeah. So here I'm going to share some of the things that worked for me, and I always talk about things that work for me. I'm such a skeptic person that I need to be proven first and have my own experiences before I can converse about it. Yeah. So with the angels, so going back in 2009, there was this dark night of the soul events that happened after my second child was born with a lot of health issues. Then I got into Reiki. It's an energy healing technique. And then on reading about the Reiki and getting attuned, my master, Reiki master, had this centerpiece table with angel cards, oracle decks. So she used to tell us to pick a card in the afternoon and see what the message is. So I used to go and pick up a card, and exactly spot on. Like, I'm still amazed, like how the frequency in my mind to what I was seeing there was so spot on, and the message, as if someone has gone into my brain and looked and giving me that comforting message. So that brought a change in me, like saying, inquiring, self-inquiring, hey, what is happening? Who are they and how do I connect to them? How are they reading my mind? I was so intimidated by their presence. And that is where my search began. Like, when we have a curiosity and something that we are working towards, our purpose. These are the things that you go deep into, look for more informations, right? And that's where I began the search. And then I met a couple of angel teachers who were teaching about the angel concept. When I was there, like, I have to tell you, I thought I was not going to be accepted because I don't belong to the so-called community. Will angels even talk to me? Do I know them? Will I feel them? But actually, one of the angel teachers, Aidan Story, he's from Ireland. He made it so easy for me to connect to them. He said, like, in the meditation, just see them as anything that you're open to. Need not be the 6 feet figures, or just like in the churches that we see, or you can see some of the angel figures that I have at the back. Need not be always that case, you know. We just need to be open about it. And that made me actually open up my mind, and not to close or put it in a box, say these are the only things that I need to see. I need to see something different that would be applying or matching to my frequency. And in that afternoon meditation, connecting to the angels, when we did, I saw the angel as like a beautiful white flame of light with a tiny feather kind of energy there. And that's it. It was so small, like, you know. And I did one of the paintings you can see on the canvas at the back. That's it. That made me connect to that energy, and that made me give a peace and sense of expansion in my heart. And from there on, I started doing more of it, like, you know, hey, okay, this is what it is. Now I can feel you're welcoming me. I want to build a relation with you. Like, I need to know more about you. So I started inquiring more with them, talking to them more like crazy in my head. But it is giving me a satisfaction that I can have these conversations and to get into the meditation or listen to something, and this information does come in. So angels started showing up in the ways like as messages and also as a proof. So I said, like, I'm skeptic because I'm computers person, and for me to get into this, I really needed the proof. And I said, like, hey, if you're there, show me a proof. Like, you know, I would ask very specific things, like show me a car with blue color and black lines on it. How frequently do you see that? Like, you know, something very weird ones. And I would see it. It could be from a picture, Photoshop or something. And that was just unreal. Like, you know, when I would ask like a feather in a very dodgy place, like, yeah, inside my house, how could you find a feather? But yet I would see a feather somewhere in the corner, and that would spook me out. How did the feather come inside the house? Like, you know, the birds are out, not inside. They can't fly in. Sometimes we need to stop questioning. We just need to take in and make a note of them, record them, and that is where we'll be feeling more comfortable about it. Like, you know, the more we talk about it, the more we connect with them, you will feel that they're everywhere. You don't need these proofs anymore. So I would ask you guys to think about, when you're making a connection with the angels, to ask, hey, if you heard me, if you're going to give me the solution, show me a sign. And sign of, say, for example, a picture from a grace, or a coin, or a penny, or a rainbow. Anything that you want, like, you know, but very specific about it. And write it down if you want, so you don't need to rethink about it. What did I ask? Or did I ask the right sign? Am I seeing the signs? Because we overthink and we forget what our original ask is, or even what our sign is, right? And so writing down is clears our mind, because it has so many thoughts. We just need to integrate them into narrowing down. Yeah, so having that is so essential. One time I was going to, so after that whole phase in 2009, in 2011, I started thinking about, like, hey, my health is getting better now. I need to walk. Like, I literally couldn't even walk before. So I said, I'm going to take a marathon. It's like a 10K. It's only a women's marathon. And I said, like, okay, let me do it. And I was going to enroll that. And I asked the angels, show me a sign if I should do this, or is this a crazy thing, like, you know, that I'll do this and I'll be bedridden for next 6 months or so. And I asked them to show me the sign of penny near my car, like, and immediately I just found When I came to the car, there was a couple of pennies actually near my car. Like, I didn't carry the coins, they're not mine, and I didn't see any other cars nearby, like, So what is it like? What is that question about? And at the end, after doing the marathon, I did walk, didn't run, but I walked. And then at the end, I was asking angels to show me a sign that you have supported me. And this is great, like, by showing me feathers. I didn't see any feathers, and I came off the marathon, and my family was there to collect me. And in the car, when I opened my door, on my seat where I was going to sit in the passenger side, it's full of feathers. And I was like, oh my God, what is this all about? Like, what I asked, and here it is. Who did this? And my little girl, she was only like 2. She was collecting the feathers, and she placed them on the chair where I was going to sit as like a comfy thing, she thought in her mind. I said, like, oh my God, how did she even know? Like, how did the angels message her for me? So it's not about like thinking how the matrix has worked. It's about like, okay, I asked them and they showed me the proof. That is what I need to take back. And that energy was so soothing, so healing as well, that I said, oh my God, this is amazing. So I need to work more with them. Not only the small things, but also the bigger things. Say, for example, like I said, like in the start of the call, that I'm from India, moved to Ireland, and from Ireland to Seattle, I moved 2 years ago. So when we were moving to Seattle, I was asking angels to show me the sign that I have to be here. Seattle is the right place for me, like, because after 18 years in a country, you don't want to move anywhere, right? There is a bit of a turbulence and unexpected things, and you don't want to go through the smooth sail life to be upside down, like for settling in phase. So when I was asking about it, everyone that I was meeting, they were talking about Seattle, shamanism, Seattle, or like the tombs. So many things they were talking about, the Native Americans and everything. Like, they didn't know that we were planning or we were discussing about it, but the energy is so vital, I guess. People started talking about it, and that made like, wow, this is so strong. The sign is there. You're telling that this is happening, like, and since we came here, it's been such a plane, like, it's much smoother than I expected. So that gives me a bigger perspective as well, like, they are not there only for the small things, but also the bigger changes and challenges that we have in our life. But for the bigger challenges, what I realized is we need to give some time to build a relation before we ask any questions that are life altering or changing ourselves in a bigger direction. So start with something smaller. Something smaller, like, hey, what is my day going to be like today? Or should I go to this particular restaurant and have food? Or should I order something? Or it could be like, should I meet this person today? Like anything, something smaller that doesn't impact you, change you. Or should I enroll for a particular course? Anything, something again, like, that you can manage it. So what that happens is, you are in a limited way. You're not taking a bigger challenge on yourself and say, oh my God, what if it doesn't work out? You're not putting too much pressure on you. These are the fun things. These are much lighter ones. And then on the bigger things, on the crossroad junctions, on a career, job, anything, those you can play much stronger energies with the angels, like, then that way you will feel you have enough build relation that, okay, they are showing me the signs, I can see these signs, and I can work on myself now with these bigger things, like, it just makes it much easier. Yeah, the lesser the pressure on our mind, the lesser that we build a relation with them. So a lot of people see the angels as, again, like, it depends on everyone's path. The reasons a lot of people see them with the feathers, with the 6 feet beings, is because some people have grown up this culture where they have been talking about it. And so you create a mental image in your mind about what the angel looks like, and that is the beauty about it. And because I come from a culture where we didn't talk about angels, but if you talk about gods and goddesses, I will have this mental picture of what I have seen in my home altars, what I see in the temples and everything. So again, like if someone says I can easily relate, my subconscious mind brings those images back into me. The same thing. And when we are new to something, let it be open. Let it be anything. It could be just a little light or a grain of a sand. It can be anything, but your heart will skip a beat, like, just as you meet your lover, like, or the first crush you had when you were a young teenager. That is the energy you'll feel when you meet your angels, which is amazing. You'll just can't miss that feel of connecting to your angels. It will be very subtle, very peace, and so beautiful that it will leave a remark throughout your life. The first connection that I had with my angel, I still can't forget it, no matter how many connections I had since then. Like, every time it's amazing. So that is where you will start your relation with angels. The other thing that is about again asking the clear signs, that's the most important thing. So you know what the connections are, what your signs are, and how they're coming in through. The other way is like making it your own personal space, journaling about it. And that is the most important thing, like, journaling down every experience you're having with an angel is going to keep you much stronger with the connection, and build a story for you that nothing else will be proving you wrong. So all these experiences that I had over the years are mine. So no matter if someone comes and tells me angels are not real, no thank you, that's not my truth. My truth is I have experiences, that's it. And that way you become much stronger inside out. And think about it, when we are going through a suffering, when we are going through a crisis, any faith is great, right? The faith to hold on to something is so good. And this faith is like, for me, is about like turning to prayer. Prayer is meditation. Prayer is a silence, and that is what I'm getting out of connecting to the angels. It doesn't mean that I don't connect to the source. I do connect to the source, but because it's much easier to have a conversation with that energy, it's easier to release and say, hey, this is my issue, can you please resolve it? Now resolving with would be like even with the relationships as well. So one time ago, a few years ago, we were doing this thing called wishing with angels, and we had to write our wishes and leave it to the angels, so angels will turn it into whatever our highest good is. Now remember, it's our highest good. You may ask for 2 million lotto, you may not win it, you might only win $25. That's your highest good. Like, you just need to accept what is that highest good for us is to be. It's not about like everything we ask we are going to be manifesting with angels. So with the wishing with the angels coming back, I made that wish of saying like, hey, my brother lives in Australia. He never came to Ireland to visit me in 15 years. So how about like, or at the time it was like 12 years. So how about I just ask angels now, if they're real, they'll make this happen. And my highest good is like, I just want to feel the bond. I want to feel the bond for my children, like, and that's what I wrote it in that. And so I left it, and within a week, trust me, he called and he said, I'm planning to book my flight and I'm planning to come for 2 weeks with my family. How about that? Is these dates good for you? I said, like, you never did that in 12 years and you're doing it now. I mean, like, are you for real? And he said, yes, I'm real. I'm taking a break from my career, so I want to do it. Oh my God, I just couldn't like stop believing it. Like it was so easy. And this is it. Like, why did a thought came to me? Why did I ever not ask angels for this? Or why did I not even put it in the manifestation before? I don't know. It never, the thought came in, like, and when that came in, within like a week, it was changed. Within 2 months, he was in Ireland for 2 weeks with his family, and that was a great time we had. So this is it. Think about, do you have any bigger wishes, or have you not done enough thought about it, like, and what is that you really want, and why do you want it? That helps us to connect with our higher self. So angels, we say, like, they're outer beings. Part of me also believes their inner side, connecting to our inner guide, inner beliefs, inner knowing, higher self. It's all the same energies. It's just like the same tree, different branches. It all comes back to the same branch, same trunk, and same root. And that is what angels are about. It's about that inner guidance. Some people can easily connect to their inner guidance and do whatever they're meant to do. They just know that intuition, their higher consciousness is so strong. But for some people, they just need something outer things, like, or I know a friend of mine, she does a crystal grade, and through that she channels the information and gets the information out, like, so that works well with them, like, it doesn't mean that she needs to ignore that there are no angels, but that is her communication portal. I also think, like, it's the same thing when we go to the college, or we are going to the college. We have so many choices of the subjects we can take in, and it's up to us what we need at that time. What are the subjects? Like, I did computers when I was doing in the college, but I always wanted to study medicine. I couldn't get much scores, like, so the next option was that, and I took it up. But is that going to be the right thing? For some part of my life that was right, but now it's different thing, like, so it is it changes, it maneuvers to what we are comfortable with, what we are happy to do about as well. And we need to remain like, okay, right now this is working for me, let me strengthen it further as well, like, yeah. So far, does that all make sense for you? Are the angels same as the spirit guides? No, spirit guides are different to the angels. Spirit guides are so angels are some energy forms which haven't lived on earth, but our guardian angel is there from the time of our birth till the time we leave this planet, or at least this body, when we transition. And spirit guides are energy beings of, like, it could be animals, it could be like totems, it could be like our loved ones who passed away. So these spirit guides generally come into our phases of the life, like, and help us in that particular phase of life, and then release. Like, at one phase I had owl when I was writing my book, connect to your inner guide, and then I didn't get the owl until recently again, like, some people, it could be elk, or it could be a Native American energy, shaman energy, it could be there, or different ways, like their granny who has been a healer, helping them for a particular phase of their time, like, or I have a person who does a tea reading, and her great granny comes in and stayed, like, until she figured it out her own path into tea reading, like, so it's spirit guides are generally like only for short times or long times, depending on what we are working on, and leave. So this is making sense. We'll also be doing a meditation shortly, where you'll be connecting to your own guardian angel or your angels, where you can receive some guidance, or any ask you have, you'll be able to connect to it. Yeah, so that will be the most important thing, or very useful as well. So for me, it's about, like, so communicating with the angels is like, how do you communicate with your friends? You talk to them, right? You write letters, you chat, you meet, and that's all. It applies to your angels as well. You talk to them in your mind. You don't need to be crazy talking out, like, thinking what my family is thinking about me. I do all the time in my head. You can write letter. I do writing a lot, like when there is a lot of pressure. Dear angels, this is how I'm feeling right now, and I just leave it. And sometimes the answers come in as I'm writing it down as well, or there is a piece that comes in. Answers may not be there for me, but there is a piece of someone is hearing me, like, when we communicate with someone, especially human friends, or human any close contacts, if the person is not on the same vibration, they might judge us. or they might be even like, feeling a difference there, like in terms like, hey, what is this person trying to tell here? Where is this coming from? This is not a fact, or they have seen it, but our story is true to us. That's the most important thing, right? And you need to hold on to your truth. You need to be writing in that journal or in that book or typing it to your angels, letting them know this is how you're feeling, and you will feel a shift in your heart center. The pain has released. Or when you have a grief or a trauma, you can't even breathe and you feel so stuck, heavy as well. When you do that, I did notice that immediately pressure has lifted. I can breathe, I can belong back in my body. That makes so much easier to have my day and clear of thoughts as well, and that's the most important thing as well. Communicating, asking for help. If you don't do that, they're not going to come and help us. Your friends are not going to expect, hey, he or she needs a help, let's go and give some help. No, until we ask, no, nothing is happening. The same thing, angels won't angels won't come and help us or lift us up or sort us out until we ask for. The ask can be small or ask can be big, but it is up to us to give the permission. Hey, please come and help me out. And that's the most important thing to know about. Is anyone having connection issues? I see a couple of them saying Sherry and Peggy. Anyone else? Can you guys hear me? Because it says here good. All right. Maybe Peggy and Sherry, would you mind logging back? Because the connection here says it's good. Right, okay. Oh, strange. Let me try coming back as well. Let's see if that will resolve. Let me try. Hey, is this good? That's exactly what I'm doing, asking angels to connect us and give it a smoother place. Doesn't work. Okay, anyone can confirm it's working? Perfect. Lovely. I guess hopefully. Yeah, if you have any issues, do let me know. I can try that again. Just change the portrait view now. Sound is good. Okay. Yeah, because I was doing at 2 o'clock generally. Then the connections were good. It's the first time I'm trying in the morning. Right, how to connect with angels. Oh, strange, strange, strange. Is that better? Technology rocks. Phew. Still says excellent. All right, sorry about that, guys, but I guess angels or the technology is playing some tricks here. Yeah, we just need to go with the flow of that. Right. So yeah, with the angels, I was saying about how to communicate to them and how to hear them. Hearing them is more about giving the silence in your mind. That is the most important thing. And presuming most of you do meditation, you're trying to be calm and giving some quiet space for yourself. That is going to be a much easier path for you to communicate and hear back. Generally, the angelic messages are very subtle, very gentle way. The energy of them is very warm. They don't fright us. They don't kind of like annoy us or give their suggestions. It's more about like what's good for us is what they're going to communicate. Yeah, and that's going to be much easier. So only when you silence you're going to hear. So think about it logically, like, you know, you ask so many questions to a teacher and you need to wait until you hear back what their opinion is or what the answer is, right? And this is it, like we'll be jumping from one conversation to the other and forgetting where is that we need to pause, what is that we need to hear as well. Like, yeah, so think about anytime you write to angels, you ask a question, pause, be in silent, be in a meditation. Like before the meditations, I always say is to set an intention. What is that you're going to meditate on? What is that you want to do as well, like achieve out of it? Like, you know, just maybe a peace, maybe a silence, or hear an answer. That's okay. Anything that's relevant to you, like, but get that clear and get that into the mind frame and connect to the angels. So the ways we can always do is talk to them, write to them, and ask for guidance, ask for signs. As simple as that. No complicated things, nothing that you need to do any rituals. I mean, like, rituals are great to invoke their energies, to feel connections on them, but otherwise you don't need anything at all. Like, you know, I have an altar where I light a candle, incense, and some essential oils and everything, but it's not even required. It's your mind, it's your heart, your soul. Wherever you are, you just need to make that connection, and very simple, very easy with that. Yeah, they're not going to complicate us. We are already complicated enough with our prejudice. Like, oh, should I ask, like, will that make me low, will that make me discomfort, should I not even, like, you know, no, just ask for them. They're just waiting it. And say, like, you know, in the angelic world there are a lot of unemployed angels. We need to hire them, we need to keep them busy. I would ask angels for my parking. If I lose something, I would ask angels. If there is travel coming up, I would ask for making it easier. Or if I see something I wanted and not happening, I would ask them, like, you know, hey, please help me to resolve it. If I'm not well, I would ask angels of healing, please give me healing, like, you know, and that's amazing. One time I was having this shoulder sprain where you can't even move. You know that in the sleep you would get it and it would be there, the muscle spasm for the next couple of days. Very discomfort. I couldn't even drive. And then I said, like, okay, let me try with angels. I called in Archangel Raphael, who is for the healing, to heal my shoulder and make it ease. And I just was sitting in, and I felt a cool breeze, like as if like a soothing pad was placed over on my shoulder where I couldn't reach. And after half an hour the pain was gone, and up to 10%, the pain was only there for 10%. Like, that was a big shift. Like, I do Reiki, but I said I'm going to try with angelic healing. Is this going to work? And it worked. So you just need to be open about any difficulties that we have currently, and how do we bring that help. Having a challenge with your relationship with someone in your life, ask for it. Are you trying to move a career? Ask for the guidance. Is this my right job? Should I do this? Should I not do this? Yeah. And they are great. Like, and angel cards are great. The oracle cards are so good that you will feel the guidance through the words. What happens in our mind is, with the silence, with that quietness, sometimes we do trust it, sometimes we don't trust it. Especially if there is a positive things coming up, we generally try not trust it. We do kind of like say, hey, is this for real, is this not for real, like, but with the oracle cards, because there are some words on it written, that gives them a proof for us, to our mind, that hey, this is real, this is working. And then you go by it and you achieve whatever you meant to. It just gives so much of a boost of energy to connect to them. Yeah. So that is again like how you can ask them for guidance and help. So right now, I know I talked so much about them. I can talk for hours about the angels. So I'll just ask you to maybe just quieten your mind and ask, let's do that little journey to connect your angels and see what you are going to hear, receive the message in the best way. So just take some time off trying to do multitasking, because this like little few minutes is so vital for you to make a connection with your own angels, and let it be open. You may meet them, you may not meet them, you may feel their energies, you may not, because sometimes the first time a lot of people do feel immediately, sometimes they feel afterwards, like, as they're washing the dishes, or there are some other place like in the forest or on a trail walk, you may feel, or in your dreams as well. So they will come to us in the right way, not freaking us out. So that is the most important thing. So how about you close your eyes, sitting down comfortably or lying down, wherever you are, as long as you're not driving. If you're driving, you can just listen and do the practice later on. Also, I have some meditations on connecting to your angels on my bio. You can check those meditations and feel the connection in case you're driving right now. Take a nice deep breath into your belly and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, relaxing your shoulders, your legs, your feet, and breathing out. Visualize yourself filling up with a white light, and let that beautiful light surround you in your auric field, within your body, the muscles and the cells, filling with this beautiful radiating white light, connecting you to the Mother Earth and Father Sky. Now calling upon your angels, your guardian angel, to watch over and guide you and to assist you and to make your connection with the angels. Setting an intention to feel the angelic connection right now, or whenever it is appropriate for your soul. With all your senses, feel, hear, see around your body. Ask your angels to share a guidance or a wisdom that you can relate to at this moment of time. Information is going to come much easily, not from your head, not from the ego, from your heart. It's going to be subtle, smooth and uplifting. Feel the presence of your guardian angel. Do check in with yourself. Is any particular part of your body warmer or cooler? Or the left side any different to the right side of your body? Are you being shown any colors? Any tingle sensations? Any images or the sounds or thoughts that are coming in? Ask your angels any other information is relevant to be shared right now. In case they haven't given you a message right now, or a symbol, or a picture, or any signs, ask them to show or communicate with you in the nature or through the numbers, ideas or inspirations, the songs, or a message in a movie. And you being open to receiving the guidance from the angelic realm. Feel the shift in your mind, in your heart, in your physical body with the presence of your angels. Gently coming back to the presence of yourself, of your body in the room. Thank the angels. Trust that you will receive the guidance or the assistance you need, and things will happen in unexpected ways. To allow that guidance to come in. Thank your angels. Gently taking a deep breath, wiggling your toes, your fingers, and slowly opening your eyes whenever you're ready. And let me know if anyone felt angels or any messages came in. Sometimes the messages need to be decoded. Welcome back. All you need to do is relax your mind, relax your body, invoke the angels, and just be in the silence, noticing of any changes. And then thank the angels. It's just showing the little gratitude, even though we may not hear right now, they're there with us. And just that's it. And you'll start seeing the changes and you'll start hearing them more often. You'll start making the connection much deeper as well. Ah, that's so beautiful. Be kind to yourself. Pink light brought tears of gratitude. Pink light is so beautiful. It's so healing on your heart. It's about the heart center being healed. And sometimes this wisdom, there could be just a line or a word, but deep down, such a shift they make. And it's amazing how they lift our spirits, lift our vibrations, lift the mood that we are in, change so much around. I don't know if you guys are feeling tired the last couple of days with the full moon energies, or kind of like processing so much, the sleep is less. Angels will help us to release that heavy energies. Like right now, the whole world, we're all so interconnected. There is so much of a heavy energies. We need to protect ourselves. We need to be in a bubble of light, where we are staying authentic to ourselves, not being consumed, and shifting the perspectives, and that will help us to be so strong as well. I love those love hearts. Thank you. I felt that such an incredible power way that I began to have a deep emotional release. I'm not certain what to make of that. And sometimes, yeah, you don't need to know. It's sometimes you don't need to have the words to release it. Something deep shift happens, and what happens is, like, you're running your day normal way, and you will sense, or your family members will sense, or your friends will sense, something is shifted. Usual reaction is not coming up, more calmer, much lighter, or you're seeing things in a different perspective. And that is where you'll know, yeah, the messages are coming in. Isn't it amazing how, like, just for few minutes, that's it, like, and to connect to angels, it's just like literally a thought away, and that is all you need, to connect to them and talk to them. That's it. And for me to build the practice, I had to have a lot of sticky notes around the home to remind, talk to angels, ask angels, communicate with angels, angels everywhere. Like, that way I started building a relation with them, knowing more about them, anchoring with them, energies. And now it doesn't even make an effort for me to talk to them. Sometimes my husband will say, like, hey, you're asking them, you're annoying them for small things. But then they said, I can ask, I can talk to them. So it's okay. It's not a formality about like how we do with our friends. Like, you shouldn't ask. Now, for me, the way we were grown up is like not allowed to ask, not allowed to share your emotion, not allowed to share anything. Keep the lows with you. That's it. Or even sometimes the highs as well, like, you're not allowed to share or boast about you. And that is the culture that I grew up with. And so for me, it's very difficult to ask my friends any help. But later on, when I realized about the angels, like, I can ask anything. Wow, that took the burden off, like, and of course ask with no expectations, but be grateful for that their energy realm, you are able to communicate, talk to them. And that way, I just like, at a time, like, I had to ask my friend to pick my children from the crash because we were running late through the traffic. And I asked, angels, please make it easy for me to ask my friend to do this. And I got a text from my friend saying, hey, I'm picking my kids. Do you want me to pick your kids? I heard there's a big traffic jam on the road I was traveling in. Oh my God, this is amazing. You made it so easy. Like, you came in and said you want to help me out. Like, oh gosh, this is so good. So they just make the miracles happen. Again, need not know how they're making it happen for us. Just need to know that they are there for us, and things will shift. Things will shift in the higher and better place as well. So did anyone else feel any other energies, even like, in terms of like warmth, or the presence of someone, or the hair strand being pulled, or feel a tingle sensations in your palms, or the heat or the cold as well? So these are the ways they do talk to us. And remember always, they don't freak us. They don't freak us. They're such a loving beings. Yeah, that's great. Extreme excitement. That's so true. Right for a Reiki session on myself. When I'm finished, I immediately put on insight and see what was this. Is wonderful. I saw yellow and purple that seemed to come from my heart center. Awesome. Yellow is such a shifting sunshine energy. I love Reiki. Reiki, yes. Actually, I have a Reiki meditation and healing on this Friday. You can see the next event there. High-pitched ringing in the mind, is that one? High-pitched ringing, like, if it is not a discomforting kind of a voice, definitely. So think about, like, the way we talk to ourselves, we judge ourselves. We say, oh, you're not good enough, you can't do this, right? A lot of limiting beliefs most of us grew up with, right? But after some years, we have to go back and change and bring ourselves with taking those limiting beliefs off. So angels don't say us we're not good enough. Think about, we are all coming from the same source. We're also beautiful souls inside out. And how could they see something is not good within us? It's us who sees that. It's us who sees the fault in us. It's us who sees the imperfection things in us. Like, the divine beings never see that. If you see a baby, do you see the perfect baby, or do you ever keep a flaw there? The same thing, we are the babies, we are those unconditional beautiful souls in the earth realm, that it's that connecting to that energy is so pure, so magical. And I don't see as a fault. I see as that's a growth to learn, like, to improve myself and saying like, okay, I'm not the best at this, but now I'm going to learn if I want to. If I don't want to, I don't want to. I mean, like, I was not good at history when I was young, but it had nothing to do with my career. So I never focused about it. But if I have to, I will go back and learn. Think about it, like, so we are inside out beautiful. It's just the conditions we grew up. It doesn't matter which part of the world you are now. I have met most of the people from different locations. We all grew up kind of a similar societal things, or saying we're not good enough, like, I wish like it's only tiny percentage people grew up like saying like, oh, you're the best one, like, you can do whatever you want to and we'll support you. That kind of environment not everyone got us, but we are changing now to our children, giving that support that we missed. And that is something that we are learning by generation to generation, the changes that are happening in every generation. Now, not blaming the society, but that's the way the growth or the shift and the dimensions are changing in that. When I say dimensions, actually, this is interesting because we are a third dimensional beings. We have to go through the karmic ties, suffering, pain, fear, and all that we need to experience. And that's where we made a soul contract to be here. Angelic realm is in a different dimension, and we can connect to them from that different dimension and bring the peace within us. Think about the last time you had a holiday or you did something passionately for yourself. And that is where you were shifting in a different dimension and bringing that pure energy back to yourself. Either being on the beach, like, or doing some self-care thing, or meeting your family after so long time. Something was shifting for you, and that is a different dimension you were in. And coming back to our homes, our usual routine, like 9 to 5 thing or whatever it is, you're coming back into that 3D dimension. But because we are multi-dimensional beings, we can shift. We can choose to shift. The choice is ours. Do I want to be here, or do I want to be bringing more peace? Because I know the peace is not too far. I just need to change few things in around, and I can achieve that. And that's how you begin your day. Think about like the way we begin our day is going to set the tone for the whole day as well. And that is a magical thing, right? And once you wake up in the morning, you can pray to the angels. Angels, please make today to be much easier, much peaceful day, and protect me from anything that I'm not ready to be faced right now. And that's it. End of the night, you can say, thank you, angels, for looking after me. I'm so grateful for 3 things that happen in the day that you can mention, and you be grateful for it. And that's it, how you wrap up your connection with the angels. It's like a prayer, it's like a connection, it's like attunement, invoking them, talking to them. That's it. And by the way, like, not only the angels are there for us humans, they are there also for the animal beings as well. So you can connect to your angels of your pets, asking for healing if they need some healing, or if they are going through some distress, you can ask angels, please help, like, that way again you're connecting as well. Can you go through the steps to connect to angels? I missed some of the steps. Yeah, the major steps are invoke them, ask your angels. First thing is to build, like, to know how does my angel energy look like. So you're having kind of a tipping point, just like, when you touch the fire, it's going to burn you, so you're not going to touch the fire, or which flame is the hardest thing. So the same way, once you know what your angelic realm energy is like, you're just going to know, oh, okay, I'm talking to the angels, getting the same tone, which is perfectly fine. Like, that tone, the energy, vibe, everything you need to guess, you need to be engaging with. So that is first thing. And the next thing is asking them. Start with small things. asking them, hey, find my book that I'm looking for, or I lost my car keys, find me, or please get me a parking spot, or I'm making this particular booking, make it easy for me, or help me to cook this delicious meal. So anything small, nothing changing, nothing impacting on a longer terms, you can ask why, and receive the guidance by being silent or by being in a prayer. Receive that information and then thanking them. And when you thank them, literally trust that it's going to be taken care of, that you don't need to still worry about. Like, a worry is something that we all are so habituated by, but at the end it has no purpose, it has no add value in our life other than it's creating more stress in our physical body as well. So angels are going to help with that. And once you do those steps, that's it. Then you can move on to the bigger steps that you want to ask. What do I do with this relationship? Do I need to be in this relationship? Do I need to change this career? Or particular dispute in the family? How do I fix it? So these bigger ones you can talk to, you can connect to, and you can ask. So as simple as that those steps will help us to get a connection there stronger and stronger. So the responses sometimes, remember, these responses need not be what you're anticipating for. They can be something better or not done right now. Say, for example, I wanted to write a book for years and I didn't get the courage to do it. And I was asking them the guidance, and I was getting the guidance that I have to write the book. But it's me who wasn't writing. Without me writing, who is going to pick my book up? Like, what am I going to send to my publisher's manuscript or anything, right? We have to do that. When I did that work, the book was immediately picked up by the Hay House. It was no issue at all, but the work has to be done with me. And I had to wait for those couple of years because the better one was to be done right then. If I didn't publish my book in 2016, if I was going to do it in 2014, I don't know who the publisher would have been. Was it even better that I would have processed that material myself? Or even like, was it a right voice to be heard at the time? But 2016, 2017 was the best time for me when I look back. Yes, things don't happen sometimes when we really want them to happen because there is a brighter thing or a bigger dimension to happen. This is where again you need to understand, oh, I asked angels, they didn't give me this. Like, I wonder why. Of course, you wonder why. Ask them, when is the right time coming in? Like, how do I build the patience around it? What do I need to do until I see what I'm looking for? Or take the brain fog off, show me clearly what is the highest good for me. And that shows you how we can connect to them in a pure way and listen to them in much more ease way and trust in them that they're doing the right thing for us. Think about, they're not going to benefit anything by not giving us what we rightly aim for. It is us, we wouldn't do the work, or we procrastinate, or we delay things ourselves. Yeah. So how are you guys getting on? How are you feeling? Please do drink some water because we are working in the angelic realm now. You may feel a bit tired, a bit spacey. So it's important to stay connected back again and look after yourself. Some people may be feeling a bit emotional or high in energies. Great, go by it. If you're feeling emotional, try journaling or allowing those thoughts to process. Some deep thoughts might have come out. So you need to process, you need to understand where it is coming. Sit with them. Don't be afraid. Just sit with them as a way you're releasing them. And start seeing the connection, like, asking for the signs. It could be a weird signs. Just ask them. You will see. And good luck with that connection. Yes, feeling calming, not discomforting. Yeah, they never ever give us any discomfort. I like since 2009 I never ever felt any discomfort. Like, I've been teaching this, I have been doing angel card readings for years, like never ever felt any discomfort or yeah, kind of like, no, is this right? Even no, they're always there with the light. That's it. How can you tell if it's a relative that has passed? So a lot of people have this kind of angels are my loved ones who lived a life here, but from my experience what the angels have said is they haven't been on the earth realm. And if there is a earth realm being who has left, is our spirit guides right now with us. The spirits are generally the ones that been in part of our family, our ancestors. They are the ones who come back and help us in a different way. What is the difference between the angel and the spirit guide? There is not a difference, I would say. It's just the way both the energy realms work for us. Like, say for example, I'm taking up, like I was quitting my day job and getting into my holistic healing. I had a lot of questions, so I was invoking my ancestors, asking how do we do this? Like, how do I trust myself with the work that I'm doing in? Show me the signs. Has anyone in my ancestry done it, or any loved ones done it that I don't know about? And the spirit guides of my ancestors came in saying that who has done this work are here. And that's the most important thing. But with the angel realm, it's more of the wisdom, more of the clarity, because they are there from the time of our birth. They see our blueprint, they get to connect with us, and whatever the hurdles are there, they are trying to make it easy for us. They don't want us to suffer, and that suffering is what they want to take it out. And that is the biggest thing. They are here more on the earth realm, more trying to invoke to all of us, to ask to listen to them, to hear to them, because they are so desperately helpless if we don't talk to them. And that is where their energies are coming from. Like, thank you, Bon Mary. Yeah, thank you guys for your donation, much appreciated. Yeah. Recently departures are in spirit guides. Departed are in spirit guides. Is there any experience that you felt? It's not. Because in the spirit guides itself, spirit guides, again, as said before, it's the loved ones. It's also it's also the archangels. It's also different people who have lived here and have become a spirit guide. So I work with Akashic realms, Akashic Records. So my spirit guide there is Edgar Casey, who has lived his life here and is supporting my work now through being a spirit guide to me. So spirit guides can also be that, or the saints as well. They can be patron saints. They can be anyone that has lived a life on earth, Saint Germain, all these. They can become our spirit guides and help us through particular phases with some informations as well. And that is where our spirit guides come in, like, the energies. As said, like, they're all the different branches to a tree. We call them when we need and whose support we need them. And from time to time, it will change as well. Like, yeah. In the past, I have worked a lot with Saint Germain, Violet Flame, and until recently, he hasn't come back, and now he's coming back and working with me and my meditation group. So it's interesting, like, how they take a break and they come back to us. Yeah. So do watch out, and don't be afraid when you are in the meditation, when you are praying, to ask, who are you? Are you my angel? Are you my spirit guide? Who are you? What is your name? And show me your presence. Show me how you look like. It could be Babaji, it could be someone else that you remember, someone that you don't recognize. Ask them. Don't be afraid, because you're right, they're in your energy field. You need to ask them, and they will show you the proof of how they look like, what they are like as well. And that way you're again strongly making a connection. And immediately, like, what I used to do is, because I don't know a lot of the saints names and everything, I would type up later and ask, what are the saints, and when I look into the pictures, I'll exactly see what was in my mind's eye that I wouldn't have known the name, and I'll say, hey, there is this saint that came up. Okay, it's interesting. What he has done before. Let me connect into it. It could be Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, anyone as well, like, and don't be afraid to ask for. Yeah, good luck with that. Do visit my bio. You'll see some audio meditations done on the angels. Do try listening to that and see how you feel connected. You can send me a message, how you felt it. I love those love hearts. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful to share about them. Good luck. Take it easy. Don't stop asking. Make it easier and start communicating, and just see the miracles, just see the changes that are coming in. I said, like, these are all mine, but I would love you to create your own ones as well, and don't be afraid. Love to you all, and thank you for listening in. Thank you for those donations, much appreciated. Have a wonderful evening, a night. Watch out your dreams, and the day as well. Let it be your highest good. Thank you so much. Namaste.